Hi everybody, it's Mark Sands from Ninja Outreach, and today we're going to talk about how to use Ninja Outreach to do expert roundups. Now if you don't know what an expert roundup is, it's basically where you reach out to experts, influencers, people in the know on a certain topic, and you reach out to them and you ask them a specific question about business, marketing, about your industry, whatever your industry is about. You ask them a question about it, and it's normally a question that maybe is on the lips of a lot of people that are trying to do something within that particular industry. It might be what are the best ways of generating traffic. It might be how do I increase my conversion. It might be what are the tools that you use for your trade. It could be literally anything. Depending on what industry you're in, you're going to know, you're going to be able to work out what the best question that's going to resonate the best with your audience to allow it to sort of become a very viral topic. Now, there's a couple of reasons why expert roundups are so good. Like for us, expert roundups have been like some of our most successful traffic generating posts, and Ninja Outreach makes it a whole lot easier. But the reason why they're so good at generating traffic is because you're employing the method of engagement where you're working with influencers who contribute to your post. So basically, your post itself is all the content is generated by a number of different influencers. So say like for example, I say to an influencer, what are the best traffic generation tools that you use to generate traffic? And they come back to me and they explain that one of the tools that they use is Moz and Ahref and Ninja Outreach, and they give you a little reason why and why they think it's so good. And then all these different influencers do the same. Now you've now got a whole post which is user generated by influencers or people that are perceived as knowing more than, say, the people that would actually be reading the content. And it's kind of like a social proof as to, okay, well, if everybody's saying that you should be using these tools, then these are the tools that you should be using. So that's the reason why you want to do it. The reason why they go so viral and they do so well is because, let's say, like, for example, I don't know if you've seen an expert roundup, but in most cases, you're looking at like anything from 20 to sometimes even 50, 60 influencers contributing to an article. And if you do it correctly, where once you've got the influencers to provide the content, and then you publish that content, and then if you reach out to all of them afterwards and actually let them know that you published that piece of content, and just ask them if they would be happy to share that content, what's going to happen is that each one of those influencers, because they're part of this big, massive roundup, they're going to want to share it. They're going to want to share it. So they're going to share it on their platforms. They're going to share it on Twitter. They're going to share it on Facebook. They're going to share it on Google. They're going to share it on Pinterest. They're going to share it on Instagram. They're going to share it on all their different platforms that they participate in the most, LinkedIn and stuff like that. Okay? Now, let's imagine you're working with 50 influencers and all 50 of them share it, because the likelihood is that you're going to get at least 95 to 99% of them all get involved, okay? Because they wouldn't have took their time to actually write out their thoughts on the question if they wasn't happy to obviously share it as well. And they all get involved, they all share. Now, what you actually can imagine, they're influencers, so they're going to have a decent sized audience. And a decent sized audience that follows them on their different platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. Now, they share that on those platforms. Obviously, you can work out what happens next. Their audience sees that sees that share. They go over to the article. That brings traffic over to you. They enjoy the article. They also share. That audience, or some of them have influence already. Some of them are building their influence. But basically, it creates a viral effect, and it can really generate you some huge amounts of traffic really quickly. In some cases that we've seen like over 1,000 visitors within a day just from publishing an expert roundup, and this happened from scratch, like just by reaching out to these people and having them share as well. So it's a very powerful strategy to get traffic from scratch. Okay, so let's get into how to actually use Ninja Outreach to do expert roundups. But just before I do that, I just want to show you what an expert roundup looks like, just so you've got a visual and you can sort of see it and maybe think, oh yeah, I have seen that before. Okay, so this is an expert roundup. Basically, you see we've got a post here, 37 inbound influencers share how to get your content upvoted, okay? And then you've got these, this is like pictures of all the different influencers that was involved within in the actual roundup. Okay, you can see we've got a little bit of a blurb here about it. So we all want to know how to get our content upvoted, whether it's inbound, Hacker News, Product Hunt, Reddit, or some other platform. We want to know what motivates somebody to share our content. So it's just it's a bit of a blurb about what this roundup's going to be about. Okay, then you've got the list of influencers who are involved in it, all the influencers, the names of their companies, and so on and so forth. And this obviously links through to the different positions that they are on the page. You can see that this is quite a long post because we've got 37 of them, 37 people contributing. And as you can see, it's not like they just write a line of information. They will give you some really good quality content on what it takes to get your content upvoted, and you're getting tons of different people's opinions and views on how to do it. So again, you got more quality information there. Again, look, this guy's breaking down like 3 different steps. This guy here is breaking down. He's also showing you examples of where he's done it before and the results he's got. This person here is breaking it down as well, and it's like you're getting some really good content from experts and influencers within the industry. And as I said, these people are all sharing this content, and then their followers and so on and so forth are going to share and so on and so forth. And you can see here that we've had like 269 shares on this particular post across loads of different social media platforms. Okay, and this post just goes on and on with great immense content for the user. Now, if you go over here, we've got another one. This is 33 influencers tell us how they use influencer marketing to build their brand. Ton of pictures here again of all of the influencers. It's visual. You see it's laid out. It's very pretty. It's visually pleasing. You can see here that we've had over 500. Well, we've had over 500 shares across multiple platforms. If you scroll down again, you can see like we've got the list of all of the entrepreneurs and influencers that were involved, and they're sharing some great information again. Like it's not a joke. Like this is some very valuable information from bloggers who have got some authority. Like these guys know what they're doing. They're generating traffic and they're generating results. So it's really good to sort of get the different viewpoints of lots of different people, because then you can formulate your own strategy and work out the best ways to use these different strategies to build your business, because you always can get better understanding of things when people show you the way they do it and what they've done and so on and so forth. So that is what an expert roundup is about, and I'm now going to show you how to actually put one together and execute it effectively, so from scratch you can get tons and tons of visitors. So let's do this. Because I think time is our most valuable commodity, we've already covered extensively how to find influencers for any sort of prospecting task that you're doing. Like, so whether it be for getting people for podcasts, anything that you're doing in regards to the prospecting side of things, we've covered it extensively already. So rather than me sort of go through it again in each time I do a video training, I'm just going to point you to where you can get that information. So what you need to do is you need to go to NinjaOutreach.com/knowledge-base. That will redirect you through to our support. Well, it's our knowledge base desk. Okay, and in this section here, you just say something like find influ. And if you have a look here, as you see, that's what find influencer. And you can see here it says how to use Ninja Outreach to find influential guests for my podcast, interview, or post. Okay, so that's a really cool. So basically that just covers it for you. Okay, and then you just literally click on that. That will take you over to that. That will take you over to a little like bit about that post, and then if you click on this, it will open up into a shareable Google Doc, which breaks down how to use Ninja Outreach to find guests for your podcast. So it's just the first section that you're looking for, using the social search, and then using the content search to actually find influencers for like an expert roundup, for all these different things. So it's basically this covers it for you. Okay. So as I said previously, like you can go to our knowledge base and just type in find influencers, how to find influencers, and we've got a number of different documentations and videos that you can go through that will give you all the information you need to find your influencers. I don't want to go through it again and waste any time. Okay, so once you've done that and you know how to find your influencers, once you know how to find your influencers you'll be able to do it for all different case scenarios. Okay, so once you've done that, the next part of it really is just understanding like good outreach and good outreach management. Okay, and then obviously having the right scripts to send out to reach out to these people. Okay, so once you've got your list of bloggers, your list of influencers that you want to reach out to for your expert roundup, the first thing you want to do is you want to create a list. Okay, and you want to be quite descriptive in how you label your list so that it helps you with your management and you understand exactly what's going on. So I'm working in a fashion niche at the moment, so I'm going to do fashion bloggers expert round up. Okay, I'm just going to create that list. Just click on create. Okay, there we go. There it is, fashion bloggers expert roundup. I'm going to select to save all 5,000. Make sure you select on all. Select all. I'm just going to save it. Okay, so all of those results have now been saved into a list. Okay, and it's taken them out of the main prospecting area. Okay, you can now go over to list management, and that will show you all your different lists that you have. Okay, and as you can see, I've got this list here, fashion bloggers expert roundup. Now I can also do some editing to this. So for example, I've got my fashion bloggers expert roundup. At the moment, I'm the only person permitted to use it. I'm going to create a tag, which is the date for when this has got to be, like when I've got to have all of the feedback in from these different experts, and that's really just to help me remember what's what with the actual expert roundup. Okay, so when I'm in here and I'm doing management, I can know that, oh, have I got everybody's responses back, and I can do that directly from here. So let's have a look. Let's say this is going to be a big roundup, so let's say we give it a month. We'll give everybody a month to get it back. So we'll say around the 16th of September to the 16th of the 9th. Okay, I'm in the UK, so I type my dates differently, maybe to somebody in America, but it's basically the 16th day of the 9th month, which is September 2015. Okay, so that's my tag there. Excellent. Didn't even do it right. Hold on 2 secs. 16th of the 9th, 2015. Great. Okay, so that's my tag. Okay, client Nike. That's my tag for clients. Obviously, I'm the user, and I can put a description in there as well. Okay, so just scroll down to enter my description. You just want to write something that will make you remember what it's about. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna write the same thing that I've got as the title, pretty much. So I'm just gonna do like fashion bloggers expert roundup, and again I'm just gonna write the date, which is the 16th of the 9th, 2015. So that's there for me. Okay, excellent. And you just literally click on save. So as you can see, I've now got so the name of the list, got my description. I'm the permitted user. I've created a tag with the date. You can put anything else you want in here, anything that you need to use as reminders. But this is for me, it's just a reminder. I've got the client, and I've got the whole list there. Okay, so I'm happy with that list. So what I'm going to do is the next part of this happens within the Your Prospects tab. So I'm going to click over to Your Prospects, and I'm going to select my list. Just going to load my list in. There we go. So as I said, the key to this tutorial is all about management. So the next step is about, as you're doing the outreach, so obviously I've come to this first person, and I potentially could be reaching out to this person, and I've got the ability to obviously contact the person, right? And so I select a template. I'm just going to select any templates for now, just to have the template in there. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to set a reminder, a follow-up reminder. So what you want to do is you want to normally make it about halfway through between the time that you're sending out and your actual deadline. So for example, if your deadline for getting all of the responses back in was 2 weeks, then you'd want to do the follow-up within a week. So you'd want to have a reminder for follow-ups within a week. If it's a month, like I did, then you want it to be 2 weeks. So I want to have 2 weeks for my one, but it depends on the speed that you want to have your responses back. Like 2 weeks is for a normal average type of roundup. 2 weeks, to have it done by 2 weeks is a normal average roundup. And obviously you set a reminder for 1 week to have that to follow up with people. A month is like a huge mega roundup where you've got a lot of people that you're going out to, so you set a reminder for 2 weeks to remind everybody to get their responses back in. So I'm just going to go with 2 weeks, okay? And as you go through and you're sending out emails to people, make sure that you set this 2 week reminder so that if people haven't responded back to you, you can send them out a friendly nudge just to say, can you get that back to me as soon as possible? Okay. So I guess as you're doing your outreach on a daily basis, when you're coming into the outreach section of your application, what you want to do is go to the advanced filter. Just click on the advanced filter, go to this drop down here. It'll normally start off saying all contacts, okay, and you want to select follow up due. Okay, I haven't got no follow-ups due at the moment, so if I do it, it'll just show nothing there. But literally, once you set the follow-ups once you send out your actual outreach messages and you set your follow-ups, when 2 weeks are up, this follow-up due will start to fill up with all of the people that are 2 weeks in. Okay, so you literally just click on that, and that will display the people that are due to actually have a follow-up reminder, okay? And then you can obviously reach out to all of those people just with a follow-up nudge reminder. Excellent. So the next step is you want to bulk tag everybody as a no response, okay? So what you want to do here is you want to click on select all, and then you want to go to bulk edit, okay? And you want to name that tag no response, okay, and then you want to save. So basically everybody in that list will be saved as a no response. And the reason for that, later on when you want to do your actual follow-up, you can use the filter no response and the follow-up due or email sent. Basically, it just gives you another way to be able to filter and find the right people that you're looking for. So, like for example, you can just literally go to advanced filter and you do the drop down. You can see you've got the no response as a tag. You click on that. Everybody that's under no response will come up. Okay. As you're starting to see, tags are very powerful. And something else you can do with tags as well is you can actually tag your positive responses. So imagine, like, for example, this person comes back to you, they come back to you, they give you their response. So you just literally come back into the software and you go to edit contact. You click on edit. So you click on the edit tab, not the contact. You click on edit, okay? You'll see that you've got all your details here in Manhattan, so on and so forth. As you scroll down, you'll see your tag, okay? You'll see that you've got the no response tag there. Well, this person's come back and they have responded, so you just X out the no response tag, and you can type in yes as a tag, or whatever you want to use to as the positive tag response that you want. So, like for example, send whatever you want as your tag. So, like, just it might be something more descriptive. Like, I just like to say yes, and I know that person has done what they need to do. You could be like, yes, they sent their content, great. Whatever you want, basically, and that tag is there now. So, and I can save that tag in. And that tag is there. As you can see, it's tagged in there. And then obviously, what I can do is, once I've done that on a number of different contacts, as people come in, once I've actually published a post, and I now want to know who is it that I need to reach out to, who are the people that responded, because I've tagged everybody that has responded and sent me the content, and now I can just basically go to advanced filters here. I can go to my tags. So when you obviously go to your advanced filters, just click back into prospects, just so that it updates, and you can go to advanced filters. So let me select the list. Now click on advanced filters, tags. Yes, they responded, great. And that will give me that person that I've just tagged as yes, they responded, great. So then everybody that I tag in that way will be there, which is really cool. As I say, something simple is normally good, like just yes will do the job. But it really depends on what you're doing, because, like, for example, it might be that they responded back with a question, and you've got to remember to do something. So you can basically tag it for anything you want, and then you can use that tag to pull up everybody that's in that particular tag. Make sense? Great. All right, on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is all about the recommended outreach scripts or message templates for expert roundups. Okay, and as I always say, this is, in my opinion, probably the most important part, because if you don't reach out to people, nothing's going to happen. So you've got to reach out to them. And with an expert roundup, there's a number of message template scripts that you use to reach out to them. There's a number that you use. So let's go into those. We're going to dig into those, and I'm going to break them down and break down the key elements and points of each one of the scripts, just so you know what should be in them. Plus, you can just take and use exactly what we've done and just edit it for your particular circumstance. Okay, so let's do this. So let's get into some of the outreach scripts, outreach message templates that are going to get you the results that you need. Okay, so for the first initial template script that you're going to send out, okay, we're going to borrow from Brian Dean from blacklinko.com from his guest blog post on Boost Blog Traffic, okay? And on the article, he showed the template just like this. So your subject line will be expert roundup for, and then obviously your name of your website for whatever your website is. If it was us, it would be expert roundup for Ninja Outreach, okay? Hi, first name, as I say on all my videos in relation to sending out messages to people. You've got no business really sending out an outreach message to somebody that you claim to be interested in what they're about and you don't know their name. Like it just doesn't match. It just doesn't, you know what I mean? So just don't do it. Like 99% of the time you need to find their name. If you don't have their name, you've got no real business really sending them out a message, to be honest. Okay, so hi, name. I'm a big fan of their website. Okay, and particularly like your post, and then put the topic, what the post was about, and maybe a reason why you liked it, like something you liked about it, how it resonated with you, how you maybe used it in the past. Basically, this first section is about personalization, making sure this person knows that you're not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry, just sending out messages to everybody blindly, just spraying and praying and hoping that something sticks. Okay? So basically, what you want to do is you want to let them know that you familiarized yourself with their blog and who they are. Because if you do that, it instantly builds a rapport. Okay, like I get tons of messages on a daily basis from people, and when I see that they've taken some time to actually know who I am, it doesn't take much to work out who somebody is. Okay, like just to know who I am, and they mention it, it makes me more receptive to reading more about what they've got to say. Okay, next, okay, is the call to action, or basically why you're even making contact with them. You want to be short and sweet here, but at the same time be informative and let them know exactly what it is that you want. So you're creating an expert roundup post for your blog, and you would love to include their insight on the following topic, okay? And then this is where you ask your questions. You just ask the question, whatever it is. It could be, what are your best ways of generating traffic? What are the best tools used for generating traffic? That's my industry. I'm in marketing, so those types of questions I would ask. Now, if you're in a completely different industry, think of a question that's relevant to your industry. If it's fashion, it might be, what are the best tips for styling yourself to go out to particular parties or raves and so on and so forth. Think about your industry. Think about what your marketplace want to know about, and what would be really cool for them to know about from different industry leaders, and ask a question around that. Okay, depending on your post, you may have like some spatial limitations. So you might want to be very specific on. I would just like 50 to 100 words on this topic would be awesome. Or you can just say you can write as much as you like. You can bullet point it. Basically, just break down what it is that you want, like whether you want them to just give you some bullet points, whether you just want them, whether you want a certain amount of words, or if you just let them say to them, just write as much or as little as you think necessary to answer the question, and just be specific on what it is that you want, because the person doesn't want to have to think much other than what they have to do to actually produce this for you. Okay, so you need to be very specific within your instructions. Okay, now the next bit is really about, and I think this is what really can help you increase your conversions. And Brian Dean done a great job here, where what he does, he says, I've invited 60 other influential bloggers to contribute, and influencer 1, influencer 2, and influencer 3. So, for example, it might be like Neil Patel, Adam Cornell, Ian, whoever has said yes, okay, and they've already agreed to participate. And the thing that you're doing here is you're making the person that you're reaching out to say to themselves. And this is a psychological thing of where you're making them say to yourself, oh, I know these guys. Oh, they're involved. it's like a psychological thing, a social proof thing of, yeah, I would like my feedback and my input alongside theirs as well. Do you see what I mean? And by doing so, people are more likely to want to be involved because they think, oh, well, if Brian Dean's involved, if Neil Patel's involved, if John Marrow's involved, if John Lee Dumas is involved, do you know what I mean? If all these different people are involved, then I definitely need to be involved, sort of thing. And it's a really good way of making sure that other people that they get back their response and so on and so forth, and they're part of this epic roundup. Okay, so make sure you include that. Obviously, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you've got positive responses from at least one person that you can put this person's responding back, and then you can change your template moving forward from there. Okay. Then the next thing you want to do is deadline for submission. Submission is, and you put the date of the deadline. Hope you're able to participate. Thanks, your name. Okay, very simple outreach message. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through that one more time. Okay, hi, so expert roundup, name of your website. Hi, their name. Sorry, hi, your name. Personalization. Big fan of their site. What content you like particularly, reasons why you like it, familiarize, let them know that you're familiar with what they're about and who they are. Okay, personalization, build that instant rapport to start off with. Tell them what you want. Create an expert roundup. Want your insights. Question. Make sure it's a good question. Okay, look at what other questions are out there. Make sure you're better than everybody else. Pretty much, because there's a lot of expert roundups out there, so you've got to stand out and you've got to be epic. Okay, be specific on what exactly it is that you want in regards to how many words you may want, whether you mind, like whether you're happy for them just to write as much as they want. Just basically let them know what the criteria is right here. Okay, you might need an image from them, like say 50 words plus send me over a headshot or something of that nature. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to create that social proof, yeah, and create a psychological trigger that will make that person want to be involved so much more by saying that you've invited 60 other influencers to contribute, and name some of the influencers that have already agreed. If they haven't agreed, maybe just name some. If they haven't yet agreed, then maybe just name some of the influencers. And don't say that they've already participated until they have, and then when they have, you can change your templates. You can just say, I've invited 60 other influencers to contribute, and influencer 1, influencer 2, or you could say like influencer 1, influencer 2, influencer 3, and then take out the have already participated, and then when they have actually participated, you can change it back to this template and just basically make yourself stand out and make them want to sort of rub shoulders with other great influential marketers. And last but not least, let them know the time of your deadline. You hope they'll be able to participate. Thanks, your name, end of. Okay, that's it for that particular one. So that's the initial outreach message. That's what you're going to send out to people first of all. Okay, so that was Brian Dean's, and this is one of our own that we do, that we use at NinjaOutreach. We use a combination of both, but this is one of our own, just so you've got some variations. Okay, subject line, feature you. Okay, short and sweet, create some curiosity, hopefully get them to click and open. Okay, hey, first name, whatever their name is, your name here from your website. I was hoping I could feature you in an expert roundup on our blog. If you have time, here's the question and a quick form that will organize the answers for us. Okay, we use a Google form to have them actually fill out the Google form and put it in the Google form. It makes it really easy for us to manage all of the responses and have them all in one place. It just depends on the way you want to organize your actual outreach campaign. Okay. And as I say, you can use a combination of Brian's one and our one. It just depends on what rings true to you. Okay. The question: how do you leverage? So this is what our question was. How do you leverage influencer marketing to build your brand and sell your products? Okay. So that's our question. And then we actually have a link through to a Google form to collect the responses. And creating a Google form is super easy. Let me just quickly show you how you would create a Google form. So you pretty much just go over to your Google Drive, you click on New. Depending on what you use the most, it'll be showing. If it's not showing, just go to More. You can see you've got Google Forms here. Just click on Google Form. It will come up. It's really self-explanatory. I'm not going to actually go through and actually create one because it's so simple. It's like, if you can't do it, there's a problem. Now, okay, so basically you just literally name your form, probably name it with the question, or just name it with name it like an expert roundup. Just name it expert roundup or something like that. And then you want to put your question in here, okay? Maybe put some like please make it this amount of words, please make it bullet points, or whatever it is, the specific instructions here, okay? And pretty much just use the different options based on what it is you want. You've got the ability to edit, re-edit, and change. So you can basically mess about with this form until you get the question right, okay? And then you can basically collect the forms from using Google's this Google form. Really simple, guys. So I'm gonna leave you guys to work that out. It's not even hard to do this, all right? So yeah, that's the Google form. Okay, so once you create the Google form, it will give you the ability to create a link, a shareable link that you can send out to people. You obviously put that link in here. Okay, and then you just give them your deadline. So it's exactly the same formula as brands. It's just slightly different content. Okay, and you just give them your deadline. Like me myself, I would use a combination of like maybe having the form in here, and also including the bit about who the other influencers that you've gone out to, and so on and so forth, to really sort of create that desire to want to be involved in the roundup. And we like to always say, P.S. if there's anything we can do for you right now, like tweet or vote somewhere, just let us know. Like, we just want to show that we're open to reciprocation. Okay. Next, so that's the first two initial posts. That's two examples of initial outreach message that you would send to somebody, okay, to get an expert roundup question answered. Okay, next is follow-up templates after the post is published. Okay, so we're drawing from Brian Dean again. The guy's an expert. Masterful at outreach, so we're obviously why reinvent the wheel when we can pull from someone that's getting some great results from using outreach, plus obviously putting our own spin on things as well. So you publish the post, that you've got all your responses back, you made it really nice and pretty, and you published it, and it's looking something like this, okay? And you're like, yeah, this is a great post, got great content, got images of people, it's absolutely epic, okay? And you published it, but no one knows it even exists. Like, you share it on your platforms and stuff like that, and that's it, okay? What you want to now do is you want to reach out to the people that was involved again, okay? Now this time, what you want to say is, dear whatever their name is, thanks for participating in my expert roundup. The post is now live, and you can view it here, link or URL to the actual roundup post. If you have a moment, could you share it out? Thanks. Name. That simple. No long. It's not long. It's just something really quick. They can just read. They'll click over to it. You should by standardly have it, make it really easy for them to share on the page. They share it. Good to go. All right. Here's one from NinjaOutreach. Scroll down, sorry, 2 secs. There we go. Okay. Hi, first name. Just wanted to let you know that the post went live. It was a huge success with 33 influencers providing some fantastic emails. Here's the link to see yours. link to the expert roundup and click to tweet. So basically, this is like a click to tweet feature, which redirects to your Twitter and allows you to literally have the tweet there straight away and ready to go. Like, look at this. Like, you literally click. They just clicked on the link and it says, "Here's how I use influencer marketing to build my brand." NinjaOut, and it links through to the actual post at NinjaOutreach. They can just actually, if they're not logged in, they can just log in and tweet. One button. Like, you just make it as simple as possible for them, okay? And you just go to there's a website called Click to Tweet to be able to create that tweet. Free and easy to use, okay? Or you can just write it there yourself. Okay, so let's see. So we've got first name. You've told them the post is live. You've given them you've given them the link, which would be like the link would be here, or the link to the expert roundups here. You've given them the ability to instantly tweet it out. You can use a service called Click to Tweet. Just go search in Google and you'll find that, and you can create the tweet and make it very simple and easy to go out, just like something like that. You literally write your tweet in for the person, and they can do it like bang, just like that. It's so simple. And then obviously you just say it again. If you have time, we'd appreciate if you could share the post with your audience. Like, because obviously it's not just Twitter that people can share things with. It can be Google Plus, Facebook, and so on and so forth. Thanks. Your name. And that's pretty much it, guys, in regards to the outreach side of it. So you've got your first initial message that you go out with, and you've got two options here of initial messages, and then you've got the second one, which is just basically once you published it, what to say, just let them know that it's out there and stuff like that. Okay. Now, if you want to take it one step further, what you can also do is you can actually collect, like, so when in NinjaOutreach, let me see. So in NinjaOutreach, you'll have like access to their to their different social profiles. So you can basically export out all of your data on these people. So let me take this filter off just quickly. Go to that. Okay, so I've just taken the filter off, and I've got all the results here. And basically, what I can do is I can export all of these results out into like a CSV file, and then I can go to the column which has everybody's social profiles. And so what I can also do, in addition to reaching out to people via email to let them know that their post is out, I can reach out to them on their social media platforms and let them know that the post is out as well. Really simple. Okay, so that's it for that tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's how to use NinjaOutreach to do an effective expert roundup. Take care, guys, and I'll see you at the next episode.